The 5 a.m. challenge: hype versus reality. The internet loves a good productivity hack, and the 5 a.m. morning routine reigns supreme. From YouTube influencers to self-help gurus, everyone seems to be singing the praises of waking up before dawn. Images of serene sunrises, perfectly brewed coffee, and journals overflowing with profound thoughts flood our feeds, promising a life of accomplishment and zen-like focus. These visuals are designed to inspire and motivate, painting an idyllic picture of what our mornings could be. As someone who values efficiency and self-improvement, I was captivated. The idea of transforming my mornings into a time of productivity and reflection was incredibly appealing. The idea of conquering the day before the rest of the world even hit the snooze button was alluring, to say the least. I imagined myself running at dawn, feeling the cool morning air and watching the sunrise as I ticked off my to-do list. However, reality, as it often does, had other plans. The first few days were a struggle. My body resisted the change and my mind was foggy and unfocused. The articles and testimonials made it seem so easy. They promised that with just a bit of discipline, I could turn my mornings into a powerhouse of productivity. Wake up, meditate, exercise, conquer your to-do list, all before breakfast. It sounded like a dream come true, a way to get ahead in life while everyone else was still asleep. But no one talks about the sheer willpower it takes to peel yourself from the warm embrace of your blankets at an hour more commonly associated with late-night infomercials than peak productivity. The struggle was real, and it was intense. No one mentions the siren song of the snooze button, lulling you back to sleep with promises of just 5 more minutes. Each morning became a battle between my aspirations and my reality, a tug-of-war that left me questioning if the 5 a.m. challenge was truly worth it. My first week of the 5 a.m. challenge can only be described as a comedy of errors. I thought waking up early would be a breeze, but boy was I wrong. Picture this: the jarring sound of my alarm clock at an hour that should be illegal, echoing through the silence of the early morning. It felt like a cruel joke every single day, followed by the Herculean effort of dragging myself out of bed, feeling like I'd just run a marathon in my sleep. My body felt heavy, and my mind was in a fog. My initial attempts at meditation were more akin to unintentional napping. I'd sit there trying to focus on my breath, only to find myself nodding off within minutes. And my workout routine consisted of stumbling to the coffee machine and back. The caffeine was my only saving grace, but even that couldn't fully wake me up. Let's just say my early morning writing sessions were less Hemingway and more incoherent ramblings of a sleep-deprived insomniac. My journal entries were a mess of half-formed thoughts and barely legible scribbles. My social life took a nosedive as I morphed into a modern-day Cinderella, disappearing before the stroke of midnight to ensure I got my 8 hours. Friends would invite me out, but I'd decline, knowing I had to be up before dawn. My friends joked that I was becoming a vampire, allergic to sunlight and human interaction. They'd laugh and tease me, but deep down, I wondered if they were right. The early mornings were taking a toll, and I was starting to question if this challenge was worth it. Why is waking up early such a struggle? Many of us set ambitious alarms with the intention of starting our day bright and early, only to find ourselves hitting the snooze button repeatedly. It feels like an uphill battle just to get out of bed. The answer lies in our biology. Our bodies are complex systems, and the way we wake up is deeply rooted in our physiological processes. Our circadian rhythm, our internal body clock, regulates our sleep-wake cycle. This rhythm is a natural internal process that repeats roughly every 24 hours and is influenced by external cues like light and temperature. This rhythm is influenced by light and darkness, dictating when we feel alert and when we crave sleep. When the sun rises, light enters our eyes and signals our brain to wake up, while darkness signals our brain to prepare for sleep. For most of us, our natural sleep-wake cycle doesn't align with a 5 a.m. wake-up call. Our bodies are often still in a state of rest, making it difficult to feel energized and ready to start the day. Add to that the fact that our brains produce melatonin, a sleep-inducing hormone, in the evening hours, making it biologically challenging to wake up feeling refreshed at the crack of dawn. Melatonin levels typically rise in the evening and stay elevated throughout the night, promoting sleep. However, research suggests that our brains are most active and creative in the first few hours after waking. This period of heightened brain activity can be a powerful time for problem-solving, brainstorming, and tackling complex tasks. This morning mind phenomenon, as some scientists call it, explains why early risers often report increased productivity and focus throughout the day. By aligning our schedules with our natural rhythms, we can harness this early morning energy to achieve our goals and make the most of our time. After the initial disaster that was week 1, I knew I needed a new strategy, one that didn't involve me turning into a sleep-deprived zombie. Instead of aiming for a drastic overnight change, I decided to ease into the 5 a.m. wake-up call gradually. I started by moving my alarm back by 15 minutes every few days, allowing my body to adjust incrementally. Next, I realized that the key to conquering the morning was a compelling reason to get out of bed. I replaced my usual aimless scrolling with activities I genuinely enjoyed. Reading a captivating novel, practicing yoga with a view of the sunrise, or indulging in a leisurely breakfast while listening to my favorite podcast. Section 5. The Power of Habit, Turning Struggle into Routine. As the days turned into weeks, something remarkable happened. The once dreaded alarm clock became a welcome signal, a reminder that a new day was dawning, filled with possibilities. The initial grogginess was replaced by a sense of quiet anticipation for the hours ahead, a blank canvas upon which I could paint my day. The science behind this transformation lies in the power of habit formation. When we consistently repeat an action, our brains create neural pathways, making it easier to perform that action over time. What was once a conscious effort becomes almost automatic. Section 6. The results, measurable improvements, and unexpected benefits. The benefits of my 5 a.m. experiment extended far beyond checking off tasks on my to-do list. I found myself with more energy throughout the day, even after my usual afternoon slump. My focus sharpened, allowing me to power through projects that once seemed daunting. But the most unexpected benefit was the newfound sense of calm and control I felt over my life. Starting my day with intention and purpose set the tone for the hours that followed, allowing me to navigate challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Section 7. Not all sunshine and rainbows, honest drawbacks. While the benefits of a 5 a.m. routine were undeniable, it's important to acknowledge that this lifestyle isn't for everyone. The initial sleep deprivation was a real struggle, and there were days when I felt like a walking zombie. Social events became a delicate balancing act, as I often had to choose between an early morning workout and a late night outing with friends. And let's not forget the sheer willpower it takes to resist the allure of the snooze button, especially during the colder months when the thought of leaving my warm bed felt like a form of self-torture. Section 8. Finding your own rhythm, adapting the 5 a.m. principle. The key takeaway from my 30-day experiment wasn't necessarily the specific time I woke up, but the power of establishing a consistent morning routine that set me up for success. Whether you're an early bird or a night owl, the principles remain the same. Prioritize sleep, design a routine that energizes you, and be patient with yourself as you establish new habits. Experiment with different activities until you find what resonates with you. The beauty of a morning routine lies in its flexibility and adaptability to your individual needs and preferences. Section 9. The 30-Day Challenge. Are you ready to rise and shine? So, are you ready to join the 5 a.m. club? I challenge you to embrace the power of the early morning hours and experience the transformative benefits firsthand. Remember, it's not about achieving perfection but about making progress one sunrise at a time. Set your alarm, take a deep breath, and get ready to unlock your full potential, one extraordinary morning at a time.